What is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday night. Welcome to our Pop Force 1 live stream. A lot of great people already here in the chat. Do us a favor and smash that like button because we are only 2 weeks away from San Diego Comic-Con Fun Days and the release of Deadpool. So we got a lot to look forward to here. Actually, we're just about halfway through July here in a couple days. So a lot of fun stuff happening towards the end of this month. But today we're going to be talking all about the new San Diego Comic-Con exclusive announcements directly from Funko. So hopefully you guys got a drink, sit back, relax, because we got a great stream ahead of ourselves. What's going on? Susan is here. Mark is in the building. What's going on? Brian, Velvet, Aaron. Guys, thank you so much for joining on in. If you are coming in, either if this is your first time or your 50th time, or 100th time, maybe even watching PFO, drop a hello in the chat so we can see who's in here. Dr. John dropping the first channel member anniversary super chat here. He's been a member for 22 months. That is crazy. Coming up on almost 2 years. Small Town Pop Fanatic, what's going on? Reed is here. Gator's in the building. Gerald is here. Brian's first time here. There you go. I don't believe that, but always appreciate seeing you as always. Anna was here with the early squad. William's here. Are we thinking Box of Fun info next week? Man, it is crazy. I was just telling Professor Josh, if I had $1 for every person that's asked us, when is the Box of Fun dropping? When do we think it's dropping? What day is it dropping? We would have quite a few dollars. We are going to be breaking down everything we know and everything we think is going to happen tonight, this evening, with these other two gentlemen when I get them on here in just a moment. Oh my gosh, Gerald being super kind, gifting 5 Slapshot Pops channel memberships. Gerald, that's incredibly kind of you, good sir. Thank you so much. That is just really, really special. So shout out to Gerald and congratulations to the 5 people that were just gifted 1 month of being a channel member for Slapshot Pops. If you guys are a channel member, feel free to use your 1 month anniversary free super chat. It highlights how many months you've actually been a channel member of Slapshot Pops. Guys, without further ado, let's bring in the other 2 fine gentlemen that make up this Pop Force 1 team. Please welcome my good friend, Professor Josh, and the Poppin' Duo.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
A lot of stuff happened this past, I feel like 24 hours. Past 24, 30 hours has been pretty crazy. First thing that I want to say is I am really excited that it seems like Funko is getting back to their ways of doing the normal announcements a few weeks out from San Diego Comic-Con. I really enjoyed yesterday.
But all in like one day.
I'm fine with that. You know, before they used to do like 2, 3, 4 days, drag it out. But then everybody would get upset because if they didn't drop the anime reveals on day 1, everybody's would be blowing up their socials saying, where's the anime? And all the Star Wars people on the second day would be like, where's Star Wars? So I personally think it's good. Just drop the whole catalog in one day, so we all know what's coming.
Agreed.
Other than the really, really bad whatever preview video they tried to do. I don't know what that was about.
Oh, with the
I loved it.
I was wearing my headphones. I did not appreciate it.
Okay, they could have toned down the scratchiness a little bit, but I listen. I like that they even did that. I like that.
They bring that back to show these actually now because they used to show them out of box.
Josh, come on, you got to build the hype.
Yeah, we don't. I actually thought it was kind of clever that they did that.
It could have been. It could have been maybe a little bit different, but I didn't mind that they did that.
Nick, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I guess the Freddy Funhouse set still lives on, so it's somewhere.
It was nostalgic. I enjoyed that.
It's a beautiful set. They should keep using it. But guys, welcome on in. A lot of San Diego Comic-Con news, of course, to talk about. A lot of pops. I think overall smaller catalog than what we got last year. So right off the bat, before we go into different areas of the exclusive catalog here, what are your overall thoughts, Josh and Vince?
I mean, all right. I mean, I'd probably I think a typical con. I don't think it's any different than the last several cons we've had, really, other than, we didn't get any extra soda stuff.
I mean, it is typical, but we have some different unique items in the mix.
Well, we have some really one really bad item at least.
Well, we'll get to the quality of those items, of course.
But I think overall, like it was the same kind of mix that we normally see. You know,
Sure.
the same kind of like this and that and this and that and couple things that are pretty unique to stuff you wouldn't expect. And
I'm kind of on the same wavelength. I think it's good. It's not great, and it's not. I don't think it's horrible. I've seen some people put that this is horrible. I think it's a good mix of stuff. There's a few, we'll go through it, I'm sure, here tonight. There was a few that like were whatever, but then I like that we got back to some limited edition stuff that's not Freddy related.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I like that they did that. Some of them were questionable, like I said, but I thought it was halfway decent. I'm looking forward to it. I think there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think that I agree. Overall, good, not great. I don't think this is to the level of what San Diego Comic-Con should be, but I still think that there is enough to at least make everybody happy. I feel like everything is not going to make everyone happy, but I feel like there's one or two items that should make, for the most part, everybody excited.
Yeah, and I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's like, when was the last great con that ever, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you ever have that. I think it's always kind of like this. No, isn't it always kind of just a mixed bag type of thing?
Yeah,
I think it's like that.
I mean, when's the last one that, like, I didn't think last year was that like spectacular. I don't think the last. Listen, I don't want to make it sound negative because I'm not even saying it in a negative way. I just don't ever think it like blows your doors off that everything is just like
it's kind of twofold, because if there is, I mean, there's a couple years that stand out in my mind, like 2019 San Diego Comic-Con. That was a big one.
2019,
for me.
right?
Yeah, I really like that one. The first big one that was like the wow, but I don't know if it also had like a wow because it was like the first year I was like paying attention to Funko, was 2016 San Diego Comic-Con. Like, I just remember being blown away, but I also was at a point in my collecting journey where I didn't know how everything worked. I didn't know how, like, I didn't even know when people said Funko Shop, I didn't even know that meant Funko's website. I literally thought there was a Funko Shop somewhere where people got the pops. Like,
so think about this. Like, over the last, let's say 4 years, let's say since 2020, since pandemic era, think about, and forget even 2020, but let's go 21, 22, 23, and 24, the last 4 years here. Think about how much they are putting out every year now. Like, how many did they put out last year? I remember that it flashed like it was 3,000 things or something like that. When they're putting out 2,000, 3,000 things a year, and you guys, if somebody remembers, I'm shooting out these numbers. I think it was something like, it was like around 2,000 pops last year, if I'm remembering correctly. If you're putting out 2,000 a year, like, what are they going to put out that's really going to blow your doors off? You know what I mean? And any of the cons, really, any of the cons. How do they blow your doors off now?
Well, I disagree with that in a way, because I still think, at least from a Star Wars perspective, like, there's so much stuff they could make that just seems like they refuse to make or will not make. But that's just from one universe standpoint. But in the grand scheme of things, yes, I agree, because they put out so much. How can they put out something?
John, with that being said, though, think about Star Wars in general. Let's say over the last, forget cons, like, I think it's been lacking. I think they started to do some really cool stuff over the last like 12 months with the Star Wars stuff, getting some troopers and stuff that we've been asking for.
Let's start with the Star Wars stuff, because I see a bunch of people in the chat asking our opinions on Star Wars. So let's jump into Star Wars first.
Yeah, they're not that good. Let's go through it.
Yeah, everybody in the chat, like, even if you guys are not Star Wars fans, we're going to make our way through everything. Sodas, anime, the Freddys, everything. We're going to talk about it all tonight. Christopher Went coming in at 28 months as a channel member. Thank you, Chris. He said, if no Voltron, there would be nothing for me at San Diego.
Yeah, let's talk about that when we get to it.
But hey, you got Voltron, and we'll talk about that, of course.
Yes.
But let's start with Star Wars. Like you mentioned, Vince, Star Wars, I feel like the drops are either like amazing or they just absolutely suck. And these, of course, fall into that absolutely suck category for me. There are like the Jet Trooper that was like a $5 pop from GameStop are better pops than these, like in my opinion. Like there's just like the GameStop 2-packs, and the GameStop actually got a lot of really good Star Wars stuff for whatever reason, but this Thrawn is awful because it doesn't even depict like him in his classic pose. Like I know it's nitpicking, but his classic like cover is him actually sitting down. So if they were to do this with like the hands folded, he's always sitting in that big chair, like scheming and like plotting out his strategies and stuff. So that's the issue I have with the Thrawn, if for accuracy, but also for redundancy. It's so bad because we've already gotten so many Thrawn. Like we had no Thrawns from 2017 to 2023, and then all of a sudden now we have like 4 more.
I think that's the problem. I'll be honest, Jen. This is my favorite Thrawn besides the original. This is my favorite one. But the problem is like you just said, we've got a common release and a target release over the last couple years, like, which makes this not special to me at all, unfortunately. And then I know it'll probably be the next slide here to do a diamond edition of it, which makes 0 sense. I don't like when I like that they do the limited edition like this with some kind of whatever. Like they want to make it glow in the dark and do glowing eyes. Like because everybody got their Thrawn. What they should have done is done a 3,000 piece glowing eyes Thrawn that is this pose, glowing eyes, just 3,000 piece con only, and that's all they're doing for that. I think that makes it special. People want to go after it because it's it's something unique, it's limited. But because they're doing the regular release and then this does not feel special. I don't mind the mold. I just don't like that this is our 3rd one in less than 12 months now.
I also have an issue with I just don't think Diamond Star Wars pops look good at all. Like just the characters,
they don't make sense.
Exactly, it don't make sense
at all.
The Diamond works for a lot of characters and different lines, but for Star Wars, like it really doesn't.
I mean, my theory still, I'm holding to it. This was supposed to go with a Loungefly bag. 3,000.
I think that's a good theory. Yeah, you can tell everybody about that.
And they decided after the last, how many sales have they had for those Loungefly bags? They still can't get rid of them all. I mean, and they're low piece counts. Things they're like what 3,000. They had some for $40 last time, and some for you get a bag and a pop, and the pop alone. A lot of these, even if it's $50, the pop alone for many of these had some decent value to them. Star Wars alone, look at the last 2 bags or like diamond-y Star Wars ones. You got what R2D2, you got the Grogu, and that look at the value on some of those that are LA pieces that are the diamond style. They still hold decent value. So, but with the bag with like R2, they did I see more and more. I think this would be like one of those that would associate with a bag. They just decided, well, maybe they don't sell well like that. It didn't work out. Who knows what happened? But I think that could happen. The other 2, I feel like they're just fillers. I mean, I saw someone earlier comment, why didn't they do the Darth Maul, the glow-in-the-dark Darth Maul they came out with? That would have been an awesome con pop. But also, that one will sell everywhere, though, too. That's the thing with that. They know that's going to sell, and they could sell lots and lots and lots and lots of them. All these retailers are going to buy them up. Everyone else is going to buy them up. Where this, they're limiting to only their shop and the con, or maybe if they had a partner or whatever they're doing. But I think the Thrawn looks okay. Like you guys said, it's just been overdone lately. But you know what? The reason why it's been overdone is we haven't had Thrawn in anything for how long? I mean, that's why it's like, oh, a character's back. Now, Darth Vader's classic. Darth Vader's going to be done a million different ways over and over and over. You're going to see him. I just don't get how this fits the con. I don't know what.
Well, this could be, sometimes when we see like the first. Well, I mean, this is supposed to be
like this.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But with that being said, I think they were taking this from the Rogue One Vader scene. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I think it's cool. Like, honestly, I think it's kind of cool. I mean, I know that I'm probably the only one, but I kind of like those patina statue ones that they've done. The Kylo Ren they showed and the Darth Maul. I actually think those are John,
so
those are cool.
those
Listen,
are so bad.
if you only had
don't
like
even try to defend those. Those are
no,
so
no, I'm not even being like, I'm not even trying to just be like the counterpoint right now. I actually like those. I actually do. I think that this one is okay. I won't probably pick up and I'm a huge Star Wars person, but I don't think I'm gonna probably pick up either one of these, not even to squirrel away. It's just not yeah, it's just not I don't know. It's just missing the mark a
it's
little
just
bit.
bad. It's just bad in my opinion because if you look at previous years, and Josh, like you hit the nail on the head. When I saw these, I immediately thought filler. Like they're building up Grand Admiral Thrawn. He's going to be the Thanos equivalent in the Star Wars universe for the next, 2 to 5 years. There's this big Mandalorian movie. There's going to be this big conflict where all these heroes and anti-heroes are supposed to come together and unite against Thrawn. Like that's great. That's awesome. So we're going to talk about Thrawn. We're going to beat Thrawn to death for the next few years because there is something leading to a big conflict with him. My issue is that if you look over previous years, like last year, we got young Leia with Lola for San Diego Comic-Con. That was fantastic because you had a character. Obviously, Princess Leia has been done, but you did her in a way, or you created a pop that of her that was relevant. She was in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series the year prior, and we never got a young Leia pop before. So that was perfect. The year before that, for 2022 San Diego Comic-Con, we got Flocked Chrysanthemum from the Book of Boba Fett series. He had never been done. They later did a common version of him, but that was amazing. Like they didn't do a common and an exclusive, or they didn't do like a common and then a variant for the same con. It was just the Flocked one. And then they gave us the Andor pop, which Andor is Andor.
You know what I think part of the problem is, though? You know what part of
the
my
point was they were good, they were relevant, and they were something that we hadn't had much or of any yet.
No, and I'm with you. Like I think you're hitting the nail on the head. I think those were two perfect comp pops. You know what also is the problem though? Neither one of those sold well at all. Like those were not hits. Now, are they going to sell more of these? And I don't like that. I for me, like I think we're probably all three of us would be in agreement with this. I like that they do the secondary characters and like the obscure stuff for cons. I think it's a perfect time for cons where you get some of those things that we have not got before. And just to piggyback on what Josh said, I think you're right. When you get like that, it feels like a filler type situation. It's not something that should be part of the con, and then they just slap the diamond on it just to give us a limited piece. I just don't like that. They've done it with other stuff too, and I always think that's just I don't ever love that.
So Gator, you bring up a great point, and I actually heard people talking about this through the grapevine, saying that there was a lot of toy companies that apparently had releases scheduled to come out during the Acolyte series and after the show is done that are being pulled apparently and scrapped. So Funko could also be tangled up in that mess just because the Acolyte is not performing very well on Disney Plus, and they pulled characters because they were afraid the sales would be terrible. So they could have scrounged these up last minute. If you told me they created that Vader like a week ago, I would have believed you. Maybe the Thrawn, I don't know, like that mold. The Vader's
I
like
could see the Thrawn was planned for the con.
Yeah, Thrawn seems planned because that's not like a standard mold that they've ever done of him before. But I'm glad they didn't do anything Acolyte related because that I feel like would definitely have been a waste. But
yeah,
they had other characters. They still haven't done Ezra from Ahsoka, the newer live action version. Of course, there's all these, Clone Wars characters and such, and I don't want to get too far into the weeds of Star Wars, but if they wanted to just go Ahsoka and, make more pops to fill out that wave, I don't understand why they didn't do just an undead trooper, or one of the, one of the undead night troopers that we saw, because they've done troopers in the past. Like we got Purge Trooper, I think 2 years ago as well. Like a trooper is just an easy layup.
They should have done Ezra as the trooper.
Ezra, yeah, that would have been great. Yeah,
that would have been that would have been cool.
That would have been amazing, So I don't know. There's just a lot of things that they definitely could have done. I think a perfect con pop in a faraway world that doesn't exist would be Hera and the Ghost as a ride. I think that would be an amazing con pop. Or Carson Teva, even though most people don't even know who Carson Teva is, but he was actually in The Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, the only character to do so. The New Republic pilot, I would have loved a con pop of him.
3,000 piece pop
just
of
throwing
him
a
would be
droid,
cool.
something like that.
Or throwing a droid. So if you guys are excited for Thrawn or Vader, let us know in the chat. But let's move on to, I see a lot of comments for the sodas. So let's talk about the sodas next, because I am very much excited for the sodas, unlike the Star Wars pop. So I was very excited, and welcome to the post of the sodas. But there's a lot of questions here. So we're going to do our best to try to fill in the gaps to what we think the answers to those questions are. But first off, I'm just excited that we are getting sodas, because the way sodas have been over the last year or so, it's been kind of
no chase though.
Murky waters.
Are these no chase?
So I think, Josh,
Are we
I'll give you credit,
speculating?
because you were the first person to point this out with the Cano Corn Freddy. I didn't notice it right off the bat. I was just so excited for the Cano Corn Freddy. I just saw the 9,500 piece count on the side of the can, and I just assumed that this will have a chase. But then you pointed out that the sticker says 5K. So I don't know. These both could just be 5K Freddys with no chases, which would be a bummer, but I still think they're good enough molds and designs to carry without a chase. Just, of course, everyone wants a chase.
It's so weird, though, because the last couple cons, they actually had Freddys with chases that were decent numbers, but Freddys with chases. So did they change that? Did they not? What are they doing? It's nice to have something kind of different, unique with the Freddys. It's good to also know, if you look at the sheet, they are going to be on the Funko shop, not just show only. So probably not worry about not getting them. I don't think, especially if they don't have a chase, don't worry about not getting them.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely make it easier.
Yeah, if they have a chase, then it might be a little harder. But I don't think they're going to go. I think they're going to have a good split between the show and online FunkoShop.com.
Yeah, these will be on the Funko Shop, which I think is fine. Anybody who wants to get one, they'll probably be $18, which is great. Chase Chaser said there should have been 4 to 5 more sodas. I don't know. I don't know if there should have been 5 to 5. I think 1 or 2 more non-Freddy characters.
I think we're definitely not getting sodas in the box of fun with 2 Freddy sodas here. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah. Do you think these were made originally for the box of fun and then decided not to do sodas in the box of fun?
No, I
don't. Fun day
so.
sodas. These could be fun day sodas.
I don't think so. They don't go with the theme at all.
5,000 piece doesn't seem.
Yeah.
Listen, 5,000 piece doesn't seem super special. I know that sounds weird, but if it was a 20. Yeah,
if it was 5,000 piece with the chase, these would sell out much quicker, because now you got people going after an 800 piece chase.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I do think they're good, though. I love both of them. We
could still have a chase. We've seen other times where they've shown kind of glam shots and haven't had the chase with it right away. But I don't know. Hopefully they, like I said, they do some kind of preview thing where they show stuff off, the physical item, not just a glam shot like this. But they're both they're fun. They're a little different. This one, I think the can of corn one is much more unique. This one almost seems like it should have been for last year. The Fun Mart stuff was last year. Now it's airline stuff. So this one was we forgot to put this one out.
That's why I don't think they're Fun Days released at all. They were ever scheduled for Fun Days, because they don't go with the Camp Fun Days theme from last year. They don't go with the flight theme this year. They don't go with also we have the theme of the pirate stuff and everything for the Fun Days event. So they just don't go with either one of those 3 themes. I think they were just one-offs that they just said, you know what, let's just make them con exclusives and get them out of here. So Pipsqueak, you bring up another great point. No Franny soda yet, and I would be shocked if we are on the other side of Fun Days a month from now and don't have a Franny soda. So I think we're due. I think we're going to get multiple Franny sodas for Fun Days. I do. I think we are. I think they're going all in on Franny. I think we're going to see a lot of Frannys. The fact that we're seeing already out of the gate a 1,500 piece Franny pop that's just for the con, I think that's a pretty clear indication that we're going to get a bunch for Fun Days.
So you think we're going to have
I
sodas
will
for Fun Days?
I do. I think we'll have.
Corn does go with Fun Days as a character they had, because it was Fun Days 2016 is when they did Adorbs with Freddy Can of Corn, like 100 piece, by the way, 100-piece Dorb. So,
but wasn't
the significance of the corn? Am I missing something?
Oh, I thought it was just
old. It's from old Fun Days. No, it's from Fun Days, like a long time ago. I remember seeing the figure before, but yeah, there's a Can of Corn Dorbs from Fun Days, like back in the day, way like 2016 Fun Days. So I believe there's actually a can of corn from 2004 that they gave out from Fun Days. 2014 they had, it's like a thing they had, Can of Corn challenge.
2004,
like,
2014, 2024.
Yeah. All kinds
maybe
of dates
every 10 years, a little callback, maybe.
Every 10 years, we're getting a can of corn. Hey, did we just discover something?
Hey, that's fine. Hey, they do what they got to do. I just think it's cute. I do hope it has a chase. You know, I'm fine if it's 9,500 pieces and has a chase. I just hope that if it's 9,500 pieces without a chase, I would just be shocked if it is 9,500 pieces without a chase, just because that's just such a weird piece count. And usually weird piece counts do have chases. So I think for Funko's sake, but they have to know this. They have to know this by now. As a multi-billion-dollar company, they know that people love chases. So I don't know. I would be shocked if they didn't have chases. And then as far as the box of fun goes, I don't think we're getting any sodas in the box of fun. What I'm thinking is last year they gave away 1,700 piece sodas like the Freddy Ranger, the Proto Ranger Scout. I'm thinking that they're going to be giving away soda exclusives, very limited, and that's how we'll get our first Franny.
Okay, I'm glad you clarified that. I get what you're saying.
I don't think at this point in time, and also the fact now that we have the exclusive lineup in front of us, and that we have, I just don't think we're getting sodas in the box of fun.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So you're saying at the Fun Days. Okay,
at
that I can get behind.
I think they're going to be handing out other items like they did last year, in addition to the box of fun. So, but with that being said, let's move on to Franny very quickly. Franny is going to be show only.
I shared a slide with you. If everyone wants to see what the can of corn looked like from a past Freddy can of corn challenge Fun Days. So this was a whole thing since like the beginning of Fun Days, I think, like 2004. So
that's
this has
cool.
been around.
I like the throwback then.
So, so that might be something that could be a tie-in with this whole thing, you know.
There we go. You learn something new every day. That's awesome. Thank you, Josh. All right. So 1,500 piece for Franny and Proto. I'm digging it. I think Franny looks amazing. Love the 1950s vibe, like Zach said, with the roller skating, the outdoor drive-in diner vibe. I think it's great.
So isn't it weird that they're doing these at 1,500 pieces, but sodas of like 5,000 pieces? I don't know.
It is, but I mean, they're giving us a lot more pops than sodas. So I guess they just figure like, hey, here's a couple to make all the soda people happy. But at the end of the day, they're bread and butter, and what keeps the lights on is selling pops.
And only Franny is show only. Proto is going to be on the site. So will he actually still be 1,500, or is it only Franny that's 1,500?
I don't know. The way they made the post, there's definitely room for interpretation. I would assume that it is 1,500 since it's on this slide. Why wouldn't they give him his own slide then?
Yeah,
just blank.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I mean, so when we got him for C2E2, there was 1,500 of those. Am I remembering that correctly?
And they did the bundle. Will they do the bundle again? Will they do the crazy bundle like they did for C2E2?
I hope they do a bundle. I would love to be able to buy everything, because
this is a big bundle, though.
It is a big. Well, it is. But think of all the stuff we got for C2E2. There was a 10-inch pop, a wanted poster.
I know, but this is multiple 10-inch pops and multiple. I don't know if they would
Well,
do it
I'm
for
thinking
this.
it's the FunkoShop.com stuff, not the shared stuff, but only the like Funko Shop stuff. That's a pretty good amount itself too.
It's still a
All the
yeah,
pretty
it's
pops
still
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the bundle sold out very quickly. So once again, if I'm Funko, I'm looking at it as, hey, the bundle sold out at C2E2. We got a lot of product out the door really quickly. They would have to upcharge. It would be a more expensive bundle if they were to do it for San Diego Comic-Con. But I think people would be all over it because if you can jump in there and get a few limited piece items included in that, I think people are in there all day. They'll grab it. I know we would grab it.
I would maybe grab it. I'd have to see what the bundle was.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course. But
Yeah.
I think Proto looks great. Franny obviously looks amazing. I know a lot of people are excited about Franny, and they're nervous about getting it. I would be a little bit nervous about getting Franny because there's a lot of people who are excited for this one. 1,500 pieces. Now you're getting into expensive territory. I will strongly advise you guys to not pay for her right off the bat because keep in mind, Franny is like she's hot. Like she's a character that's hot right now.
Well, John.
Everybody's excited about her. So like Funko is going to obviously like make many versions of her. So I feel like this is a version that is cool. Everybody's very excited about her in the moment, but a year from now, she might only be $75 and much cheaper than what she's going to be out of the gate.
I mean, we have an example of it already out there. Like I seen Franny selling for $300 after C2E2 that first day, but what is she going for now? I don't even know where that Franny's at. Like I got it squirreled away over here, and I don't even know what that Franny is.
I went to a toy show this past weekend, and they were all marked from anywhere from 90 to 120.
Okay, and that's where this one should fall somewhere in that range again because it's the same piece count. I would think that it's going to fall somewhere around there. So yeah, don't pay $300 or $400 that weekend.
80 to 175, depending on shared or con sticker right now. Shared
Which really
80.
doesn't matter. Like I know some people get into that, but like it really doesn't matter too much. Like it's a limited piece regardless. So, yeah. And then we are getting a Freddy, of course, with the Mayor Freddy, which I think is a great simple Freddy. Like I think it's smart to have one that's not attached to the Box of Fun or Fun Days. But I think this one is great. Yes, Riley, it was 3,000 pieces. Yeah, it was 3,000 pieces for the Franny for C2E2. That's like why I think a
year ago now.
I think out of the gate, like people are going to be charging $300, $400, $500 for Franny.
Yeah.
She's not going to hold that value long term. So
why do I feel like he's again from like the Funkoville International Airport? Like the theme is they're like not tied to the theme at all. They tied them in C2E2. Now they're like tying them back to last year's theme. It seems like with the Funko Town, Funkoville with the mayor and those kind of things. I wonder if like these were like concepts for last year they didn't put out, and now they like, oh, we had these ideas for last year. We already did the mayor because we picked up C2E2 or the pilot and stuff. Let's add these. I don't know.
I think there's been so much change for Funko over the last year, so I'm sure there's like it's just like anywhere you guys work, right? You're working on a project, you're working on it with somebody, and then that person gets promoted or they go to a different department or they leave the company, and then that project just sits on someone's desk. Like that could have been the case for some of these items. They just were sitting on someone's desk, unfinished, not really sure where they were going to go. Somebody new comes in at Funko or somebody switches departments and then they pick it up and they say, hey, why don't we make this Mayor Freddy an exclusive for San Diego Comic-Con,
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a weird mix.
They could have made him Stewardess Freddy and then Pilot Franny. Change it all up on
him. They could have. I thought it was Freddy as Mr. Monopoly. It kind of.
Yeah.
In a way. Yeah, I agree with Biggie Pop. They could have been delayed from last year's with Funkoville. Yeah, exactly. The other thing too is with the consistent. I know somebody in the chat just said Funko needs to be more consistent. They are working on that, and they said that they're going to have this flight theme throughout the entire year, from C2E2 to San Diego Comic-Con to New York Comic-Con. So in the middle of keeping that theme consistent, you can't like make a pilot Freddy 3 cons in a row. So like I'm okay with getting different things because I like the consistency of the theme while having some different items really mixed in. So
you know what I think it feels weirder because like Franny's a diner, waitress or whatever, and then you got the mayor, and then you got a pizza dog. Yeah, it does feel a little disjointed. Where it was very, they had it all kind of put together for C2E2. It does feel a little bit weird. I still think it's a fun Freddy. I think the Franny's the best of these three, in my personal opinion. But I think they're good. They're fun. It is a little bit weird because it feels a little bit disjointed.
Right.
But I think they're fine. I think they're good. Fun.
It would have been really nice, I guess, too, if they did waitress Franny. Why not do waiter Freddy, and then it would have all tied together that maybe they all work at a pizza shop or something.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It just feels a little bit disjointed, but it's fine. I don't think it's like the end of the world. I think they're fine.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, the other thing I was going to point out too. I think these are great because let's just assume Proto is 1,500 pieces. He may very well not be. He might just be himself, but I would kind of assume that he is because we know that Freddy is limited. Franny definitely limited based on where that sticker is placed on the glam shot. So I would assume that Proto is limited, and I think these are great because let's say you're not going to Fun Days, which is most people probably in this chat, and you're not. Let's just say you don't get the box of fun when they drop it on the website. You still have a chance here to get a limited Freddy, Franny, and Proto for your collection. So you have like 3 opportunities here to get a limited mascot pop from the con, which I think is good. Because that's a lot of people's biggest complaint, right? That it's not fair. I didn't have the opportunity, or somebody else got something that I didn't. So you have 3 shots basically, and we still don't even know what's going to be in the box of fun. And of course, we're not going to know what's given out at Fun Days until Fun Days happens. So,
but only Proto is going to be on the Funko Shop. The other Freddy and Franny are going to be at con only. So just be aware of that.
So technically, So technically, you would only have a shot at Proto on the website. Yeah, technically.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't sell as many Protos. Like when they're selling stuff, Protos last to sell out or whatever like that.
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point.
All right. Let's move on to some other limited pieces. So I saw some people talking about Voltron. So let's talk about Voltron really quick here.
Yes.
And get everybody's thoughts on this because Vince, I could tell you.
Oh, you mean my next 10-inch pop?
I think it's 6-inch though. I think it's only 6.
Isn't super
sized?
No, super sized is 6. Isn't jumbo size 10?
I thought super size was 10-inch.
I thought jumbo was bigger than.
They have a 6-inch. They better do a 10-inch.
No, I'm pretty sure because the Pokemon one.
Baymax says super size, so they're 6-inch.
Yeah, so because the Pokemon
I was hoping for a 10-inch
jumbo, and the Pokemon one is 10-inch.
Pokemon one's huge. That's the jumbo.
We got a 6-inch. I mean, this has more detail than the other one. I know Chris has got to be in here. So Chris, we got a 6-inch, right? I have a 6-inch Voltron in my office. For sure. So they did another 6-inch Voltron.
There's a metallic one that looks really cool. That's out there.
I've got all the Voltrons.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to add this one. Listen, part of me didn't want it to be a 10-inch, but I was hoping for a 10-inch of this one.
I
don't know. Was anybody else hoping that there was a 10-inch? I think 6-inch is large enough.
No, it's not, John. I already have one. I want a 10-inch.
All right. Well, regardless,
it's fine. It's fine. Listen, I love it anyway, and listen, I compared it to the one that I already have, and this one does have a little more detail. He's got the sword. Does mine have the sword? I don't remember now. But this is cool. It's actually less cool to me that it's a 6-inch, and I don't care if it's limited or not. I'm going to try to get this one because, like I said, I have all the Voltron, so I definitely want to add this,
Well,
but it doesn't feel.
This is limited, but it's also limited in a way. Like I don't think it's going to sell out right away.
No,
like,
I don't either.
5,000 pieces is more than enough for this character.
I agree.
And
I was really
6-inch. People. I feel like people are starting to tend and shy away from larger items because of space.
I agree.
Also, Funko 401, they are definitely not going to be making that mistake again this year with the stickers. I think safe to say they learned their lesson and they fired quite a few people over it. So I don't think we have to worry about that, thankfully. But I credit Funko for not giving us just limited like Franny's and Freddy's. Like we're getting limited piece pops, which is great.
I love that.
Bring that back.
Yeah, I love that. I love that they're going back to that.
Is this a pickup for you, Josh?
Voltron? Probably not.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I have one of the classic ones. I think I'm good with it. Like I don't need
the
8 of
6-inch
them,
one
you
that
know,
they
kind of
already
thing.
did is fantastic.
Yeah, the metallic one is. I mean,
the metallic
I
one
don't
is
know.
cool.
Yeah, I like the metallic one that's out there. That's the one that I have. I don't know if I would get another one. What was it? There was one other one that
They have two regular size. They have a 6-inch, and then there's going to be this one, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah,
that's a great point, Jeremy. Yeah, piece counts are great with the size of the community they have right now. I agree.
Yeah,
you know,
and really, like most of them haven't really went too much in value. Like
no, the price is not.
You can get them for $15 to $30. Like all the Voltron pops there. So I think this one will be pretty easy to get for anyone. So I can't remember if it's shared or not. Let's see. Finding the thing here.
For this one, I'm sure it's shared.
I think it's Funko Shop only. No,
it's got to be Funko Shop. 5,000 piece. I wouldn't think it would be shared with anybody.
I mean, that's the plus. It's 5,000.
No, I was saying it might have. You know, sometimes they do that thing where it's like, 500 have the shared sticker, but they still says 2,500 pieces, and there's like 2,500 with the con sticker. It's kind of dumb when they do that, but they might be doing that. So
it'd probably be, since it's numbered. Don't go crazy for it, because I think ultimately it'll be like a $40 or something like that.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Compared to how the other ones are from 2016,
I think it'll probably just stay around retail, but I'm picking it up anyway because I love Voltron.
Oh, well, what do we think retail is? Do we think it's going to be $40? Because, you know,
if it's a deluxe, it's probably 30, right? Or 35?
30 is like your standard. That's your standard 6-inch pop. I'm thinking it's going to be 35,
so 35?
40. Yeah, I think they're going to upcharge a little bit because of San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, San Diego Comic-Con.
I mean, it's going to be $40+ at the end of the day, probably. I mean, if you're going to buy it with a con sticker, it's going to be $80 just because it's a con sticker.
But that's also why I hope there's a bundle, because if you did the math for the bundle for C2E2, you were technically getting all the larger pops for the cost of a standard pop. So that's where you really made your money. And now you could then go ahead, and I'm not like, this is just the truth. Like, you could then take that 10-inch pop and you could sell it to somebody for like $25-$30, which would be less than the cost of retail for a 10-inch pop, and you could technically double your money. So if it was I just hope they do a bundle, because even if there's items in there that you don't need, it's a great way to interact with the community. You can trade and you could sell stuff off, and you have plenty of room to make a few bucks. So
I will say I love the Voltron Lego set. If you want a really awesome looking,
it's a good
one. Oh yeah,
awesome.
That thing's pretty expensive too.
Yeah, I picked.
So I see a lot of people excited, especially Pete, excited for Godzilla.
This is another one I'm adding. I like this Godzilla as well.
I like that he's a 4-inch pop, even though at first
Me
I
too.
was like, I figured he was going to be a 6 or 10-inch. But
I'm glad. A lot of the 4-inch ones look really good. So
I agree.
I think it's perfect.
All right,
they'll sell them. They'll sell these.
Should we jump into the fire here? Let's do it. Let's get the other hot take of the night. I'm sure this will spark a hefty debate, and we got lots of people here. So guys, smash that like button, because it's about to get hairy. What is going on, Funko? What are we doing? What is this?
I mean, my comment right there sums it up pretty well.
This is San Diego Comic-Con. You're supposed to bring your best to the table. This is not their best. This is not Funko's best, and I'm really ashamed.
Yeah, listen. Listen, I actually kind of like the Fruity Pebbles and the Cocoa Pebbles.
No. We're gonna get to that because those are amazing.
Yeah, no, that's the point. So the point I'm trying to make, like what they did with Big Boy, man, knocked it out of the park. Then they like went the complete opposite direction for me, and then like this is the same way. Like I don't like it. Just doesn't feel this doesn't feel special to me at all. Unfortunately,
which designer only got to work in Canva and created this for them?
Yeah, I just
you can do better in Canva. This is like you could only use Windows 98 Paint.
You know, I seen the leak before, but when I heard a Deadpool Project Fred, like I got a little bit excited. I'm like, oh, they could do some really cool stuff. You do a masked version, and the chase is unmasked. Like, and then I seen this.
Deadpool and Wolverine. You had your opportunity.
Josh, anything, quite
Deadpool,
honestly.
Wolverine chase. Yeah. People
anything other than this.
People go nuts for it. This is going to sell. People are going to try to flip this like crazy, and then no one will ever buy this.
I've seen a few people excited for this. This is just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, but how can you flip this because it has such a
$300? Yeah,
it has such a high price point. Like I wouldn't even pay $15 for this, and the fact that they're charging what is it for this $300?
Yeah, you know what, John? I don't think I would buy this for $15.
It's an art series 2.0, like I put in the comments there. Come on, Funko.
And this is just sad because they have the layup opportunity of having arguably, I mean, the biggest Marvel movie or the most anticipated, most hyped Marvel movie since what? Endgame? I mean, like people are excited for Deadpool on a whole new level. Like we haven't seen this type of Marvel hype in a long time, and not fabricated hype where it's like, oh, like there's a new Disney Plus show and then you see all the commercials like the week before. Like, no, people are genuinely excited about Ryan Reynolds. They're excited about Hugh Jackman. They're excited about this movie altogether, and it's happening the same weekend as San Diego Comic-Con. So like the fact that there's no Deadpool pop. And this, in my opinion, this is a separate Funko line that 95% of the community, this is not in their budget. This is not, we are not the target audience. This should not even be on the San Diego Comic-Con catalog, in my opinion.
So, is Chase Chaser here? Is he in the house tonight?
I think he was. He was here.
Chase Chaser, all right, do me a favor. Take Project Fred, make me a Deadpool and a Wolverine face, Project Fred, and let's see what it looks like. You've been doing some great jobs with
he makes some amazing
concept ones for San Diego Comic-Con. If you haven't checked them out, I love the Back to the Future one. I love the SpongeBob one I think he put out today. Go check those out, but do that for me, Chase Chaser. Make those two happen. We'll all share those out to our audience, and people go crazy for it. This is what it should have been done, Funko. It just, I mean, I thought they learned their lesson after like art series. Like, okay, you did well with your Futura, you went crazy, then you just started doing whatever you like, plastering like this. This is not.
Well, you know what's bad about this?
Like, toy. This is not art.
No, because this is what the problem is with these. Like I said, the first one looks so good, and like I said, we'll get to it. But like the Fruity Pebble ones, like I think that those are. Listen, they could have been a little bit better than what they are, but I think they're still pretty darn good. Like pretty good. It's still not good enough for me to buy it. Now I would have bought the first one, but like if you wanted to buy all these, like they don't even look good as a set because they're so disjointed. Like you have a really like the Big Boy one looks so like cool and unique, and then you got these two just wrapped. Like I think I think the milk on the it's weird. I think that
it's just a cereal bowl dumped on their head.
I don't actually think that it's weird. I think that this is the first one that's actually genuinely creative. Like I think. No,
listen. I'm there. I'm right there with you. I think that the Big Boy, like they knocked out of the park. Like these are at least in the ballpark.
Well,
Like, I
the
like
reason
'em.
the reason I think this is better than Big Boy is because it has a chase of a different character. Like the other one was still Big Boy, but it was Blue Big Boy. The fact that they made this chase Barney, like this to me is what it should be every single time. Like I would
Is that
pay.
what it? John, isn't it two different? Are they not doing two of these?
No,
I
I
don't
thought
think that.
Barney was the chase.
No, I don't
Was I
think so. I think
No, it's the
they're
chase. The one's the chase.
is
Barney's
that
the
what they
chase?
did?
One.
Barney
This is the
Barney
chase.
is
Yeah.
Barney is the 75-piece chase. Yeah. It's
Oh,
not
okay,
two
that's
separate
cool.
ones. Like I am actually
They
going
did it
after
smart.
this one.
You're going after this one?
I am going after this
Do
one
it.
100%.
Do it. You
Because
know,
this
I know who's
this
going
is the
after this.
level of creativity and like
I-
Aussie Pop Ball, I'm right there with you. Like I'm a Freddy collector and I love Freddy, but the other Project Freds, like with the exception of Big Boy, but like
I was
Coca-Cola,
gonna say
Sprite,
no.
the Deadpool one are all just terrible. This
You didn't. Why didn't you go after Big Boy then?
I was on the fence because it was the first one, so I didn't know how things were going to pan out. And unfortunately, my hunch was correct when we got the terrible ones that came after.
No, but if you like this one, you think this one's better than Big Boy?
I do.
Okay, no, it's fair. Listen, I'm not hating on it.
I was
because
also buying a house. Yeah, so now we're renovating a house, so it's not like now all of a sudden there's tons of money lying around.
So this, listen, John, I'm with you. I'm glad you're going after this one. I like this one. This is the closest that I would be to getting one since, this is what they should be. Not the Deadpool, not the Sprite, not the Coke. I just don't think that's what those should. I think this is 100% what they should be. And however they want to do it, like this, like the Deadpool, they could have knocked out of the park, but it totally misses the mark for me. I think that they could have made it really cool, and I didn't love it. But yeah, no, I'm glad to hear you say that you like this one because I do like it. I like it. Not enough to spend my money on this one, but I would have got the first one, and I still could get it for retail. Like I'm saying, I could have got it. I mean, why am I not buying it now?
But you can't get the chase for retail.
No, that's very true.
And that's the thing. So like they're doing it smart with this one and this one I don't foresee the Fred staying at retail. Like there's such a strong following for the Flintstones, and in general we haven't really gotten many Flintstones items from Funko. So I think people are going to go nuts over this because it's Flintstones and the fact that it's a different character chase. Like this chase is going to be $1,000. Like it is like 75 pieces, like 75 pieces. Like if you're lucky enough to get one of those, and Funko 401, I agree 100%. Like it is dumb that they label the boxes common or chase, so you know if you got the chase or not right away. So that sucks. But no, I don't foresee the Fred here staying at retail. Like this is going to be, I think, pretty expensive down the road, just because of how strong the Flintstones following is.
So back to the Deadpool one, are they not having a chase for that one? Will that be the first Project Fred with no chase?
That would seem weird.
Wasn't Sprite and Coca-Cola? Did they have
chases? They had chases.
No, they both had chases.
Right. They had terrible chases too.
So that'll be the first one without a chase, unless we're just not, like we said, who knows? They could still put something there, but I think that would be weird on their part, especially for a con exclusive one. 750 man, it's I guess show only, right? How are they gonna? All the rest were.
Well, that was my other thought. Like, how is this being distributed at a con?
I mean, I guess it kind of is like you have to have a pass to get in to the thing, so it is. But people have been known to have more than one passes for some reason to get in there.
Oh,
but
of course.
I don't see it though. It's not on any of the it's nothing on the actual North America, United States retail list. Not show only. It's not Funko Shop. It's nowhere. So they might still be doing EQL for this just during San Diego ComicCon week. So
I feel like they probably threw this together at the last second or something like that.
They mock this up. It'll come 4 weeks. It'll come 3 months later. Like it's not ready to ship.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we need to do something.
So Gerald, I see that you are very excited for this one, and anything we talk about, if you guys like it, if we have a different opinion, like that is the point of
Yeah,
these
for sure.
conversations, that we all
I'm
get to
just
have different
disappointed.
opinions about the item. Something that I like could be something that you never want to get in your collection, and vice versa. So, yeah, overall, I just think this is a huge missed opportunity just by not having a pop or a soda. And maybe there still is something coming. Maybe there's something cool that's going to be Deadpool related that's in the
It
box.
could be Fun Days we don't know about. It could be something crazy with Fun Days or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, just to kind of finish up on Project Fred, I like the Project Freds that look like Freddy. But other people might like the opposite. Other people might like the Project Freds that don't look like Fred. You know what I mean? So I think everybody's entitled to whatever they're into. For me, yeah, I'm the opposite though. I like the Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, and the Big Boy. These other ones are not for me, but I'm glad they're for other people because they've sold them all out so far.
But I also think it is a bummer, like you pointed out, that they are all kind of different. Like you have the good ones, and you have, or the good ones or whatever, and then you have the artist series ones. They're not
They
consistent.
just don't flow. I don't like
there's
that.
no flow.
Yeah.
And I also think the other thing too is, my last thought on this is, it's too frequent. Like it just feels like they're dropping one of these like once a month, every 3 weeks. Like it doesn't feel as special when it should.
I agree with you.
I think once a month is fine if they do it, because there's going to be stuff you like and don't like. And that's why I think once a month would be fine. 12 of them a year, and that's it. Don't do any con ones. Or if it's during a con month, that is the one, like 12 a year.
That's a lot. That's $3,600 if you want to collect them all. That's a lot.
Yeah, but if you want to collect them all, but like you said, you don't like this one, but you like the Fruity Pebble one. It's just like Pop. You're not going to collect them all, right? You like that one. You like this one. I mean, that's the same idea. Is they need to appeal to a variety of different people, so different people go after them. Plus, you're going to lose out. You're not going to get everyone too.
Well, true. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I'm not even guaranteed to get it. Like I'm going to go after the Flintstones one, but I'm not guaranteed to get it. So, yeah. But anyway, that's Project Fred. I'm curious how this is all going to go down, but really wish they would have done something else Deadpool related for the movie.
Yeah,
even though maybe they don't think they need to, because they're having that booth at the con where you can do the pop yourself.
I think that's cool. They did that.
I think it's super cool. Listen, I have not popped myself yet, and I will be popping myself as Wolverine and or Deadpool.
I think you should do both as yourself.
I was gonna maybe do mine and Bree. I got to figure out who's gonna be who. I might be Deadpool. I'm gonna have Wolverine Bree.
You could be both, and she could be both, and then you could decide later on.
Yeah, I think I really do. I love that they did that. I think that's super. That was a great idea on their part.
Yeah.
All right, so I see another item in the chat that's getting some buzz here. So let's talk about Kermit. Switch gears here. Go to the Muppets line. What do you guys think?
I like Kermit.
This one's all right. I mean, I won't be going after it. I don't think.
I think this looks awesome just because it's not like, it's hard. I saw a couple people saying that it doesn't look like the meme where he's sipping the tea. His mouth kind of looks off. But I think that they did a really good job, because it's hard to translate some stuff into pop form. So I don't know. We use the memes all the time in our house, in our family chats and stuff. So this is a must-have for us, because we use Kermit sipping the tea all the time. So
I think it was funny though when I started seeing some of the things roll out and the sticker they're using this year. I was like, what are these like ECC pops they decided not to use? Because we had the Godzilla that was green. We had Kermit. We had something else. I was like, did they just like keep these? We got the Wicked Witch, all this green stuff going on.
We got to talk about the Wicked Witch.
But there are some, like, I like Kermit. Kermit is going to be, if I had to give him a rating 1 out of 10, I would give Kermit a 7, and 7's good enough for me. I'll be picking Kermit up as well. I like this one.
Fair enough. 7 from Vince. I see a lot of people in the chat also saying they're picking up Kermit. Jetman says, I like this Kermit, but they should have had him sipping the tea. That would have been perfect. But I don't know how they would have done that because his cup. Remember, the Pop's heads are bigger than their bodies, so I don't know. Maybe they give
It
him
would
a
have looked
bigger,
kind of weird.
bigger cup. Yeah, I think this is kind of the best that they could probably do. So I like it. We're definitely going to grab it. But yeah, let's talk about the Wicked Witch, which I think is actually the sleeper pop of the con, just because of not only do you get the Wicked Witch, but you get the amazing buddy pop of the winged monkey.
I think the
And
Wicked Witch.
How
This
have
is
we
a
not
10 out of
gotten a
10
tiny
perfect
winged?
SDC pop.
Yeah.
This is the bar. This is where it should be. And
Yeah.
the other thing that this reminded me of, one of the things, like Vince, you mentioned like how Funko is and how the community is post-pandemic. Post-pandemic Funko is kind of always playing catch up. Like we're talking about Thrawn. Thrawn came out a year ago in the Ahsoka series. Like they're always kind of behind. But the Wicked movie is coming up. So they're actually getting ahead of the game with this. And that's typically how it was. Whatever movies were coming out this summer or the summer of San Diego Comic-Con, that you would have like 4 or 5 at least exclusives that were characters from those movies, and it made sense. So
is this though going to be from that, or is this part of the set that they just released?
This might be, well, considering it has the 85th anniversary, I would imagine it's just coming from that set.
Yeah, I
They
think it's
released.
just the
But
anniversary.
it doesn't matter though. It's kind of like great timing.
Yeah,
Well-
no, I agree, but I think this is I mean, on top of that, I think this is a beautiful, perfect, like fantastic pop. Like you're getting, not only are you getting the Wicked Witch, not only are you getting the little pop buddy winged monkey, but you're also getting the like crystal ball and the small. Like this is 100% like this is a con pop. This is something that like this is exactly what you think about when you're talking con. 1000% am I going to get this one for sure.
Oh, wait, there's a bigger deal to this one that no one has talked about yet. This
Josh,
is a Walgreens exclusive. We haven't had a Walgreens exclusive in a little while. This is a Walgreens exclusive con pop, which we haven't had in a while. Walgreens is not out of the game. Walgreens is still in the Funko game, everyone.
They are.
Walgreens is out. They're not doing.
When did that happen?
Pick up your prescriptions and you can grab a Wicked Witch pop.
Do you know what's funny?
One in Texas. Someone already found one at a Walgreens in Texas.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, let me pull that up.
You know what's funny though? Like legit, I'm bummed that Walgreens stopped. I mean, listen, they stopped for a while.
It was a fun hunt with Walgreens.
It was
I have 15 Walgreens within like 20 minutes of me.
I used to go check them out all the time because they had. I thought they always got really cool.
They got the best
exclusive.
Marvel and Star Wars. They had awesome exclusives.
They always had like the OG Spider-Man line and stuff. They had some.
Yeah,
good
they
stuff.
had some great stuff. This is a good man. How did they land this? This is like one of the best.
We have this picture, can we credit Funko? Like we'll give Funko bashing when bashing is due. But Josh, great tip on the Walgreens exclusive. But also the sticker. It's off to the side so you can see the winged monkey. It's not covering up the buddy pop.
Well, they got him pushed up. They got him pushed up in the box the way it should be.
Yeah, like that honestly, that's a deal breaker right there. If you can't see the buddy pop with the sticker, sometimes like the pop that killed it for me was Waldo and Wolf. That big Barnes and Noble sticker covers up his little wolf buddy. And it's a shame. It's just a real shame.
I didn't even know there was one in there. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
And he's super cute too because he's wearing the same shirt. He's wearing the same red and white striped shirt and a hat.
So
you can't even.
Walgreens got an exclusive, and I seen Barnes and Noble also has an exclusive.
Look at that, Barnes and Noble.
Who's out of the game? Everyone kept saying they're all out of the game.
Get back in the game, everyone.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I do
love
that.
No better time to do it than San Diego Comic-Con. So
I love like everyone, like that's always the thing. And you know what? None of them are out of the game. They make money. They'll sell bitty pops. They'll sell They'll sell all kinds of mini mystery minis, stuff like that. Always. They probably won't carry as many pops on the shelf, but all these things sell for them, especially the small things. And kids love those. Like, it's not all about the collector, everyone, for Funko. Right. They are a company. They're selling mystery minis, bitty pops, everything else in between, so they can sell them millions at a time to all these retailers because kids love and buy them, and that's one of the part of the things they have.
So we just talked about a pop that we deemed as the bar for San Diego Comic-Con. I would classify this pop right here as like an 8 or 9 as well on terms of like the San Diego Comic-Con pop scale. I know this obviously is not as widespread of a known character, but this character right here from Xenon is somebody that we're probably never ever going to get again, and he's a limited piece. So
are we too old, Vince? Are we too old to know?
I don't know what this is. I'll be honest. I don't have a clue.
I've never seen this show.
Never. I don't have a clue what this is.
It was a
John
series
of
it was a series of movies. They were really dumb, but they were on Disney, the Disney Channel, like growing up or whatever. I vividly remember watching them. This was like the equivalent of like if like their universe, like in the movie, they had like a pop band like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or something, and this was like the lead guy from that.
I can't believe I can't believe I don't have a clue with this. Listen, I watched a lot of Disney Channel. And like I got young, is it like pre-2008?
Pre your kids, yeah.
Oh
yeah,
pre my okay.
Both of ours.
It's like when I was growing up. It was like late 90s.
Our kids were watching Backyardigans maybe at this time.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
This came like this came like Disney Channel. Like this is.
I didn't even know they had the Disney Channel back then.
Oh, they did. It was good. All the actors and actresses who like now have problems, like those, they were the kids. So like the Miley Cyrus, the Selena Gomez, like
but Jen, I knew those. I know.
Cody.
Wizards of Waverly Place, the Cody.
Wizards of Waverly Place. So this was like the beginning. Xenon was like
so this was right before I started checking into that whole thing. Yeah, because I seen this pop and I'm like, I legit don't even have a clue who this is. But I think you just said it. I think you just said it right. Like it's a limited piece. It appeals to some people, not everybody.
It's not going to be
that's what it should
whatsoever. Be. Like even Xenon fans, they might even like. Because I thought it was who I thought it was, but then I had to like still look it up and confirm. But I just give credit to Funko for not just making this a regular exclusive. They said, hey, we're going to do this side character because they haven't even made Xenon as a pop. So
it's replacing Scott Pilgrim for everyone. I mean, they it's new kind of in there. They haven't made it. They must have lost their brand deal with Scott Pilgrim because I feel like that was every con they were required to produce something Scott Pilgrim wise.
But I have a major point with this pop. In addition to them, doing good and making it a limited piece of a random character. This is
and John, they do have Xenon pops, by the way.
Oh, they do? Oh, I was wrong about that. All right, so there is Xenon pops. Okay, my apologies. There is a Xenon pop. She's a Disney 100 pop. Oh, that Disney 100 line was so random because they had like just wacky characters. There was no consistency to that line either. But for like, this is a Disney property. This is a Disney franchise. So why do we get such an off the wall like side character? Like he's not even a main character in the movie. He's a side character in a franchise that very few people have heard of. And this is an approved pop, but then we get the Vader and Thrawn situation.
There. Because look, she's holding the little like
she's holding like, that's him.
The little him.
She's holding the little protozoa.
So she's supposed to be in the future, right? Is that what I heard? Like she's supposed to be in the future?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was set in the future. Well, they live on like space stations and stuff. So
yeah.
Wow.
I should do the
Vince, I totally have never seen this either. So
no,
like lost.
I vaguely remember seeing this, but thank you for the person.
It's in between years when you're actually having fun and doing stuff and not sitting at home watching TV. I think that's probably
this totally flew by me.
That's okay. That's completely okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, weird Disney pop, and I was just pointing it out, like why do we get that, but then we can't get like, Fives as a clone trooper pop, like somebody that's way more relevant, arguably.
Fair criticism.
So All right, up next, what I want to talk about. Oh, how do you guys feel? So let's keep it Disney themed really quick. Let's talk about, I mean, this is kind of like the Thrawn situation, a little bit, but different in a way. So let's talk about Baymax here from Big Hero 6. We're getting a 1,500 piece glitter version, same mold as the regular exclusive. Of course, the 1,500 piece is going to be show only. How do we feel about this? They kind of like milking the mold at the same time.
They should do that at a con. I think actually every other one should be a shared sticker, not any con stickers at all. I think 1,500 piece glitter should be the con sticker. All the rest should be shared.
Yeah.
That way you can actually say the con sticker has value to it. Other than that, con sticker to me never has value to anything if the pop mold is exactly the same. I don't.
Yes. I agree with you, Jess. For Baymax, I think that this is fine. Like, I think Thrawn, it's just super weird. But like for Baymax, for whatever reason, I think that this is okay, and I'm okay that they made this the limited piece. Like this is the exact same thing they did with Thrawn. Yeah. That for whatever reason makes zero sense. This makes a little bit more sense to me, so I guess I'm a little bit more okay with this one.
Why does it make a little bit more sense? It's the exact same thing.
No, but why is Thrawn diamond? Like what? Baymax, listen, he's a fictional character.
You're saying it makes sense from a character like perspective.
Listen, if they would have done all they had to do with Thrawn, if they just made his eyes glow red. Okay, because they've had some lame glows before, but if they just did it glow in the dark with glowing red eyes, I wouldn't say anything. I would have said that I like they did that. I like that they made the con sticker. Just what Josh just said is exactly what I think they should do too. Do it different, do it special. But why diamond? Like why diamond? That is just.
So I disagree with both of you guys. I don't think they should do this at the con. I think it's extreme laziness. I think that it would make the 1,500 piece glitter version of Baymax, for example, seem way more special. If, okay, I'm Funko, I need to do a regular damaged 6-inch Baymax, but like make it a random, like regular exclusive. Like it's not involved in the con. Like I just think I really hope this is a trend that stops here. I just hate seeing the double dipping on the same character, the same mold. Okay, but we gave one a limited piece count and a variant. Like I just feel like it actually takes away from the limited ability. And I actually think it hurts Funko in the long run, because if I'm just a regular person and I'm on the fence, well, I am a regular person, but like if I'm on the fence to go to San Diego Comic-Con and I see stuff like this, why would I go? Why would I go spend all that money and then stand in line at the Funko booth for the 1,500 piece glitter version when I can just get the regular version online? And
John, what are you talking about? Like that right now, you could get the regular one with the shared sticker, or you could get the regular one with the con sticker, and people are paying quadruple for the regular with the con sticker. At least you're getting something different with the con sticker. I mean, I completely disagree with that. I think at a minimum, it should feel different with the con sticker on it.
That I do agree with. That I think that you guys are spot on with the 1,500 piece should have the con sticker, and then all the other ones are shared. What I'm saying is there should not be two of the exact same mold pop for the event. Like that's the laziness that I disagree.
I'm fine with.
Yeah, but if you want to share that everybody can get their hands on, I think that's. I like it. I think I'm agreeing with Josh that I like that they do a regular one that everybody can get their hands on, but instead of paying double or triple for the exact same pop in the exact same box with just a different sticker, now you're paying double or triple for the exact same pop that's done a little bit different. Do you know what I'm saying? That is, I think, what makes it feel a little bit special. I prefer them to do it this way, but have it make sense. I think Thrawn as diamond is what is bothering me on that one. This one, it works for me, and I think that this is personally, I think this is the way that they should do con stickers.
Well, con stickers, yes. I just don't think they should release, because I just don't feel any sense of urgency. Like if I was a Baymax Big Hero 6 guy and I was like, oh, I have to have that 1,500 piece glitter, I just don't see the urgency to get it because there's an alternative version. You see what I mean? It was kind of like that.
But there's always an alternative version to almost any pop, like any pop out there. There's so many alternative versions of like anything. You could say that about anything. They want it because it's a limited piece. That's why anyone wants anything, right?
But I think it defeats the whole purpose of San Diego Comic-Con. Like San Diego Comic-Con should have the limited pieces, the highly desired items, like stuff that is dropping at the show, Funko booth only, that people are fighting, to the nail.
And I think I know you, but I want to get your clarification. Are you the kind of person that would pay triple for a con sticker?
Yes, unfortunately.
Then John, what are you then? Okay, no, but so you're getting at least something different with your con sticker. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what's I know what you're saying. I mean, I understand what you're saying. You don't want to see. I know what you're saying, but I think that this is a better way of them going about it to justify or make people feel like listen. I'm going to the con for a different sticker, like. What right now people are going to that con to stand in line for several hours to get pops that they could just get on the Funko shop, but the reason they're going is for that sticker, only for the sticker. At least now you're getting something limited and you're getting something at least it's a little different than what everybody at home can go pick up. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's
kind of what I'm saying. So what I'm really getting at is in this instance, if Funko wants to do a 1,500 piece glitter Baymax, that there should be no other alternative. Like I shouldn't be able to get this at home. That's my point. At least for this event. I just feel like then it kind of takes away from the urgency to go to the show and get it, regardless of what the con sticker or shared sticker is on the pop. I just think there should only be one version.
And so limited version. Pretend they take all the limited pieces out then. Why are you trying to go to the thing if really the only difference is just the con sticker then?
Essentially, yeah. And that's why over the last few years, our biggest criticism was Funko not having non-Freddy and non-Fun Day limited pieces, which I'm thankful that they're doing it, but just in the way, like, why is there no like regular, like we just looked at that Protozoa. Why is there no regular Protozoa? Like, I'm just confused as to why they're hand selecting certain characters that like, okay, there's a regular version and there's a limited piece variant version.
I think the reason for that is Protozoa, or if that's what it's called, I think that they're not going to sell 4,000. You know what's a good example is that Gaia from last year. The Gaia, they did the
diamond one.
The diamond one
terribly.
It sold absolutely terribly. I hate to say this, and I don't want to offend any Xenon fans out there, but I think they're going to have a hard time selling 4,000 of those Xenon too.
Oh no, they will. They will have a hard time for sure.
So the reason they're picking and choosing, they're not going to have a hard time selling Baymax, and they're not going to have a hard time selling the Thrawn at all. I think that these will sell very quickly, and they'll sell the regular ones fairly good as well. And I think that that's why they're picking and choosing the way that they are. I mean, but I get what you're saying.
They'll sell 500 a day each day in 3 hours. Gone.
Like last year, we had the how many pieces was it for the Powerpuff Girls 3-pack? Was it 3,000? I forget what it was. But like there was no regular version of that. It was only limited piece, show only, and there was hype. There was urgency. It was like, oh man, we got to find somebody who's going to the con. I got to figure out to see if I can get one for a reasonable price. There's like excitement with that. With this,
yes, okay,
I'm just not as excited because it's like, oh, if I want Baymax, I'll just go grab Baymax. You know what I mean? Like, I am all for as many people as possible having access or the opportunity to get cool items for their collection, but I'm always also a proponent of there being things that are harder to get.
I 100% agree with you. I agree with you on that. I think that for me, I like that, and really they are doing both. I am okay with them doing both, quite honestly, because I think this is a fun way to really to add the extra excitement of not just getting a con sticker, but getting something maybe a little bit special or different than just a sticker. Because I think it is starting, like you said, you would pay the double or triple. I think that a lot of people, I mean, I've paid more for con stickers than, you know, so I guess I am a sticker weirdo as well. But if I got something a little bit different, would I be happier? I think in some scenarios I would be, like with this Baymax, but maybe not so much with Thrawn. But I do agree with you in the fact of what you just said. I do think that it's good, and I think that they should do some of these that are just limited to the con and not have exactly what you said, like the Powerpuff 3-pack last year. Don't have it where you can get those anywhere else and only have it as a show only thing. I think that that's good too.
Yeah, that's all. That's my whole point.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I agree with you. Yeah,
some items that are harder to, like Franny. Like, I'm excited about Franny because I can't buy it on the Funko Shop. I'm gonna have to, you know, text people, call people, you know, like really work some connections, and that gets me excited. Like, if like San Diego Comic-Con, any of these big events, New York Comic-Con, C2E2, whatever event, like if you can go on the Funko Shop and buy all the items from the comfort of your home, there is 0 point to having a Funko at a Comic-Con in person, because there needs to be something special to be at the in-person event that draws Funko. Like, there's always going to be Comic-Con goers and pop culture enthusiasts that go to these events, but to draw in Funko collectors and people who are fanatics, there has to be things that you can only get there. And then in order to get people to book those trips, buy the plane tickets and the hotel and everything, like there just needs to be enough hype and enough reason. Like, dude, we got to go. We got to get that 1,500 piece 6-inch glitter Baymax. Like, look how cool it is. You know, like it just is.
Yeah, I do I get what you're saying with that, and I agree. I think there should be. I'm okay with them doing both. I think that it's okay. Like, you know what? Like what we were just talking about, that Thrawn, what would have been super cool, what I really would have loved to seen, because we got the two over the last, you know, year here. They should have not done the regular one of that, done only glow in the dark, like something different, and have that just be the limited piece and call that a day. That's now who would have been hyped for even though it's our third Thrawn in the last 12 months. I would have been super hype if it was just a 2,000 piece or a 1,500 piece Thrawn with glowing red eyes, and I couldn't get any other Thrawns in this setup. I think that would have been super cool. So I do see your point, and I do agree with you 100%. But I am okay with them doing that kind of thing as well. What are we seeing here? Are we getting?
So this is the Funko Shop direct link to our final soda can of corn Freddy here. If this is correct, it does say 9,500 pieces on this as well, and I see no it doesn't show a chase as well, or chase of chance, and usually it says chase somewhere on here too as well. I'm waiting for this one to go on sale for $5. Like, if it's no chase, 9,500 piece soda, they can't get rid of 10,000 piece Freddy's with chases sodas on the Funko Shop till they go on sale. I mean, it's insane. A 9,500 piece soda with no chase.
I agree it's high, but I mean, it's still an easy grab at $18.
I mean, it's going to be easy grab, but I mean, and then you're going to see in a month or two later, it's going to be easy grab for $7 or $8 or something like that too. So, I mean,
9,500 pieces will stick around for a while. Those will definitely not be even. I'll be honest, 5,000 piece and no chase. I don't think those are a fast.
I wouldn't worry about them selling out that way either. But a 9,500 piece and no chase. Now the other one does say 5,000. It does not show a chase either. So 2 Freddy sodas with no chases. Come on.
I don't know why they did that. Yeah, especially with
that's a miss.
For $18, like, okay, $15 then. Go back down, save a couple bucks. It's not anything. I don't know. That it's not smart on their part. They know better.
Without the chase, there's just
half the fun of Funko is, you know, having that chance at a rare item. So I mean, they should know better.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a chase would help it at least, or I would buy them if there was a chase chance to it. I would buy 2 or something like that.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And I would take the chance at the 18, but Like I'm the exact same way. I have a hard time spending the $18 now unless it really blows me away. And without a chance of chase, it's just like I know there will be people that buy these that don't like realize, and they'll be selling it. Like if you really wanted to get one, it's you got to have the chance to chase. I think it's too big of a driving force for sodas and with soda collectors in general.
I think the two figures on their own are fantastic, and that's why
I think they're fantastic.
I agree.
I'm happy with buying them at the $18. But it just there's no urgency to buy multiple, obviously, because there's no chase.
Right.
And Brian, yeah, I'm right there with you. Every soda should have a chase. Like
I think we're all in agreement
unless
with
it's
that.
like a 500 piece, like super low count giveaway item or something. Every single one should have a chase. 100%.
I mean, I don't mind when they're like 1,000 piece, 2,000, even a 3,000 piece. I can deal with because there's 3,000 piece chases out there, but
yeah,
I can't deal with a 9,500 piece soda. Like if you're gonna do that, people are gonna buy one and they're not gonna sell. They're gonna sell 1,000 of them, and they're gonna sell maybe the same amount at the con. And there's going to be a lot left out there. A lot left.
Yeah, so that's a bummer. I was hoping that there was going to be chases.
Me too.
Yeah, that's a shame, but that's how it goes sometimes with Funko. They do stuff great, and then they miss.
And then they do this.
I mean, we all would buy.
That was a good segue, John.
We all want multiple.
Oh, I would buy if both those had chases. If I was trying to get an 800 piece Freddy chase, I would buy 10 of them. Like I bought multiples of the Fright Night Freddy with the mask. Or the Halloween Freddy with the mask.
You would buy them on Whatnot after.
I bought
San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, I know. I bought tons. I think we ended up buying like 20 or 25 of the stupid Snorkel Freddy soda because I couldn't pull that chase from last year's San Diego Comic-Con.
See, and that's a great point. Like take the mask one from last year. And I know that was a lot more. Wasn't it 18,000 of that? It was something ridiculous.
15, I think it was high.
But they've been selling those for $5 each, and they still have not sold out of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's double the amount. I understand, but it's been close to a year at this. Not quite, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's been months and months at this point, and they sold them for $5, and they're still not sold out. And I know I bought at least 15 of those stupid things. So, and I love that mold. That's a fan. I think that's one of the better, or maybe one of my favorite.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing.
Might be my favorite Freddy mold. And I love the can of corn, but like what? Man, I hate to be that guy, but yeah, I'll probably wait. I'll just wait until they go on sale.
Very similar to we talked about this with the soda cooler Vince, and the peanut sodas. And that.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
We waited, and I got them. I got them for $50.
Right? Yeah,
I mean,
me too. And I still haven't opened mine.
I haven't opened mine.
Wait, what's wrong with us?
I don't know. It's ready for a video.
I still need to open our ESL mystery boxes from Funko.
We have ours today.
6 protos in there or something.
Yeah, you got all of mine. Go watch the video.
Autograph. No one has shown an autograph yet. Has anyone seen an autograph anywhere yet?
I have not seen one.
I want to know whose autograph. It's probably Fluffy's autographed, or what's his name? What's his name? Thinking Lost Boys.
Feldman.
He's been Feldman autograph pop. Probably his pop.
Hey, if they put the can of corn Freddy in their mystery sodas, it's better than the stuff that Josh pulled the other day. That was rough.
I mean, I'll take a can of corn Freddy over a Nana any day of the week. So.
Yeah, I would too.
Before we jumped into the can of corn stuff, I wanted to pull up. So there is another Disney piece, 3,000 piece glow in the dark 0. So this was the other Disney limited piece that I wanted to bring up really quick. I think it's cute. Once again, do we need 3,000 pieces of glow in the dark 0 where they've done glow in the dark 0
in general?
Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't think we need a limited one.
No. All right, let's talk anime, because I know there's some anime people here in the chat, and maybe they can help us navigate the excitement here for San Diego Comic-Con, because I know there's quite a few people excited for this one in particular from Jujutsu Kaisen. And obviously the three of us are not huge anime collectors. I know, Josh, you know a bunch because you've seen some animes and such, and I know, Vince, you've watched a little bit.
I think Shannon watched this one. I did not.
Oh, Shannon watched them.
This one, Jujutsu Kaisen.
So, as of right now, this is the most liked picture out of all the reveals for San Diego Comic-Con, which is a pretty good indication that anime collectors and Jujutsu Kaisen fans are pretty excited.
Sure will go crazy. Yeah,
and it's not a limited piece.
Yeah.
So,
you know what we didn't get at all this con? I was just thinking about that, talking about anime. We didn't get any wanted posters at all.
Yeah, no wanted posters. I see a lot of positivity in the chat here for this one. This is the best mold of the con.
A lot of people excited for this one.
Yeah, your oldest daughter wants this.
It'll be a good. I think it'll sell well, and then con stickers will go crazy on whatnot. Like that night of I could see this being, other than the limited piece, like Thrawn's going to be insane. I think just because it's low.
Actually, I don't know.
It will be crazy because it's a low piece, and you can only get at the con, and your hype is there. The night of, the first day of, go on there and see how it goes.
I agree with you. Listen, anything with a limited
the hype
piece
is going to be there from like diehard Star Wars fans, but
no. We're talking to people that just have to have the newest thing the fastest. It will be there, and it will go. I guarantee a Thrawn limited is going to be insane. Which, no, our diehard Star Wars people are not going to be those people that are going after that one.
No wanted posters or ships. Yeah, it's another good point. No flying ships from One Piece or anything. But yeah, this one looks to be of the most popular. But there's a lot of anime, and obviously, when it comes to San Diego Comic-Con and just big cons in general, anime collectors usually bring their wallets and they're not afraid to spend. So we have that one from Jujutsu Kaisen. Speaking of One Piece, we have a scented character here.
I love this one. This is going to be one I definitely pick up. I've got a pretty nice One Piece collection.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah, I've got
like blueberries. Is that what we're thinking?
I hope so.
Now, I know it has nothing to do with Funko, but she does have a crown, so I like that.
Is this not a fun pop though? I like this pop in general.
This could be the next Franny right here.
Franny. Could be.
Hey,
Franny in disguise.
I'm down.
And then, so yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I had more to add, but I haven't.
No, I can't add anything else because I don't even know that character, but I'm picking it up anyway.
Yeah. Also, another character that seems to be highly anticipated, not too shabby, coming up with 11,000 plus people liking the photo here. We have Demon Slayer with Shinobu Kocho. Hopefully I'm saying that somewhat correct.
I think you probably said it wrong, but I thought it was a good attempt.
I'll take that.
People love Demon Slayer.
For some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, even though she's from Demon Slayer, she looks like a rather nice character. I don't see any sharp objects or heavy weapons being carried.
Sometimes those are the most dangerous characters, John.
That's true.
They don't need to carry a sharp object with them.
Yeah, she would just lure me into the woods. The old mold is way better. Okay. That one sold out on Ralphie's. Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying they bought Pops already on Ralphie's San Diego Comic-Con pre-sale. So hopefully you guys used one of our 3 discount codes so you could save a couple pennies there. Yeah. All right, so that's our Demon Slayer.
So this has already been released before, that character. And yes. I believe there's the Naruto one coming up, which is Gaara, which it looks almost identical to the Hot Topic one.
Yeah, we did notice there were some people in our group chats a little bit.
And I'm not an extensive Naruto collector personally, but this Gaara looks almost the exact same as the one they already released. Yeah. Again, good mold. I think it looks cool. It just looks almost identical to what they've already put out. So I was kind of surprised by this one. It was this one, and I guess the last one suffered the same way as they've already had them.
Yeah.
So again, not what I would say should be an SDCC piece, with something that we've kind of already seen before.
It looks very similar. Yeah.
It's very similar.
Unless it's a character like in a different costume or mold or pose or something that's just so different, it fits the bill, but that doesn't seem to be the case with this one. So Jacob said it's way too similar. Gotcha. There's a bunch of really cool. I mean, so for the anime lineup, we had those four. Talked about the Pokemon one a little bit earlier. Let's switch gears here. And Vince, you're an Ad Icons guy. What's going on with this one? Because I feel like this is definitely not worthy of being a con exclusive.
Listen, we talked about Chase Chaser earlier. Let's do the one that he put out. On it. Make sure you guys are following Chase, because he did a Nesquik rabbit.
Ooh,
let's do something like that. Like, why are we getting our second? Because the OG Dig'em Frog is not really worth anything, which should be an indication a little bit.
$6. I looked it up.
Yeah, it should be an indication of what you should not make a second one of. I don't listen. The way to get the Ad Icons back on, they would have been better off doing the elephant one that they just announced for the Cocoa Krispies. I think that would have been a better SDC pop than another Honey Smacks that is probably not even as good as the original. I mean, he's got the bowl of cereal instead of just standing there with the spoon. This is a miss, and I love Ad Icons. That being said, I'll probably still buy it, but I don't think this was a good idea.
I don't think you have to be in a rush to get it. I don't think it's going anywhere.
No. You know what is funny, Josh? You said something about ECCC, Dig'em Frog, The Witch, Godzilla, and what was the other? And Kermit. That is kind of weird. There's 4.
And I saw the sticker, and I was thinking of it.
See, guys, are you kidding me? This is what we need. We need the first of some of the good. Don't even get me. I get so bummed out when we talk about Ad Icons sometimes, because they took it down such a bad road when they started doing the foodies and stuff like this. They could have done so many good things like this. There's other stuff that I could still think of. There's so many sodas we still haven't got. Oh.
Yeah, he did a whole lineup. I'm actually seeing. I saw this, but I didn't see the other ones. This would have crushed. Yeah. I mean, they could still have this in the pipeline.
We better see this for NYCC. I want to see this exact soda right here.
Yeah, and it's got a chase, which needs a chase.
Man,
a strawberry quick.
Yeah,
Nesquik chase. That would be amazing.
Yeah, see, guys, oh my gosh. We've got so many good ideas. If anybody wants any of the ideas, love to share them.
This would have been a layup. Con pop. Wink, wink. Yeah. Crazy. And something like this is even cool. They did random one-off characters like this.
Yeah.
Give him a flock chase,
Okay, let's just do Chase's stuff instead.
This they wouldn't be able to handle this. I
need a double chase again.
They would make too much money. It's
and also speaking of Doc Brown, there was that proto of his soda going around a couple months ago. How come we haven't seen the actual soda surface?
You're right. Good point.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Funko 4011 buying at least 8 cases of these alone by himself.
Minimally.
The other thing, unfortunately, this picture brings up a strange thought. 2 years ago, for San Diego Comic-Con, we got Otto as a soda exclusive. 7,500 pieces, 2 chases. Sodas are still incredibly popular. How come 2 years later we went from that to getting now 2 Freddy's with no chases? That's just it's a bummer. Yeah, but yeah, great stuff over on his page for sure. So definitely go check them out. Hopefully Funko sees some of that and maybe get some inspiration for some other stuff in the future.
Still got a lot to talk about. Like I feel like there's still several we haven't even
There
touched on
yeah.
yet.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot, but it's not even as big of a catalog as we've gotten in years past. Yeah, no 3 liters this con, which I think is a wise decision. So all the Wednesday fans should be pretty excited. I'm not really for deluxe pops
No,
in general, but I think this one is
Moments
beautiful.
or-
big fan of the show, and I know exactly what this is, but doesn't really do anything for me on this one.
Yeah.
But see, Pipsqueak.
We'll be getting it. Joanna is a huge Wednesday fan.
Wednesday.
So.
I love the show. Love it.
I
Can't wait for
personally like
season
Thursdays
2.
so much better. I like Thursdays.
Thursday's okay.
It's gonna look great.
Let
me see. Yeah, we had that. We had another Elmo. How do we feel about another Elmo so soon? I feel like once again we didn't get any Sesame Street for what felt like just decades, and then all of a sudden this year we got Elmo on the tricycle, and now we got this for San Diego Comic-Con.
I don't mind it because it's a 4-inch, but I mean we do already have. There's a flocked Elmo already, at a minimum. I know there's a. Is there not? I'm not making this up in my head right now. There's a flocked Elmo, Barnes and Noble, I think. I'm okay with this though. I don't think this is bad. I think that this is good.
Is it an anniversary for Sesame Street or something? It might just
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
probably.
like everything right now from like a while has had an anniversary. Like, but yeah, the flock
I mean,
Elmo.
I'm fine if they want to use
60 bucks.
anniversaries to drop stuff in conjunction with. I'm fine with that. Like I think that's smart marketing.
Yeah, and I'm good with this one. Like I like this one.
Oh, that's right, Gerald. Great point. Yeah, what
don't
happened
think
to
they
the
have a
Maui
regular-
tree
oh, they
leader
do.
soda?
It's still somewhere. It's on a ship.
John, in your video, I'd like to mention that his facial expression is an iconic meme that started from this iconic episode. Okay, fair enough. That would
Elmo
make
mad
sense.
at the Rock.
Is he
I
with
like it.
like Pet Rock? Pet Rock?
Yeah, it's his pet rock, Rocco.
Pet Rock. Rocco.
All right, so that was Elmo. Yeah, there's still a bunch of stuff that we haven't touched yet. Oh, Looney Tunes. Vince, you're a Marvin the Martian guy.
Oh,
what are we doing with this guy?
This is an 11 out of 10 for me.
Oh, there you go.
11 out of 10. Because we have 2 Marvins, but they're both from Space Jam, which is fine because I give me as many Marvins as I can get. But we needed to have the classic pose, Marvin. And I'm even happy, like it's a Toy Tokyo exclusive. I'm kind of okay with that too because you get the different sticker. I love this one. And I believe they're putting it in the blue box, which they started switching to the blue box. I wish they would have just stayed with the red boxes. And they did a black box one too, which whatever. They mix the boxes up a little bit, but I absolutely love this one. I'm going to get 2 of these. I'm going to have one out of box and one in box. So I'm 100% getting at least 2.
Doubling
I might
up.
get 3 of
I like
these.
it. I like it. Now, how many we haven't gotten a Marvin the Martian in a while, right?
We don't have a classic. We don't have a Looney Tunes box Marvin the Martian. We only have the Space Jam, the first Space Jam with Michael Jordan, and we got the Space Jam Marvin with whatchamacall. We got Marvin t-shirt bundle Marvin.
Yeah, the metallic.
Am I right? Metallic.
Yeah.
And then we got the rocket ship. That's it.
And then the
That's
really
all the Marvins
expensive
we have.
colored ones, right? The Saturday morning cartoons.
The Saturday morning cartoons. Yes, there are
Okay.
I like
All
the
right,
box.
so we were
I think
due.
the box
We
looks
got a
good.
lot of Marvins, but this is the first like classic Marvin with his classic uniform.
Box looks good.
Yeah, I can't wait for this.
Box looks great. I actually really like
Yeah.
the way the sticker clashes with his helmet and everything. That looks
Another
great.
green pop.
Oh yeah, another green tinted pop.
Interesting.
I like their own exclusive shared sticker too. Like
I do too. I kind of like the Toy Tokyo stuff. So yeah, I'm down with this. I'm like I said, I'm getting at least 2 of these.
Would have been amazing. Gotten a Doc Dodgers soda. We've gotten a Space Cadet soda. Marvin the Martian soda.
We need a Marvin the Martian soda.
See, that's the thing that's killing me right now with the soda line. Like, there's so many. I mean, is there even one line that's technically finished? Like, every line is missing characters, and that's what's.
Dad icons are missing a lot of good ones still. They have not done any Looney Tunes. Yes, they have done the Duck Dodgers ones, but they haven't done like straight up Looney Tunes. You could go down that whole catalog of they've got so many that they could do.
Oh, you missed another Disney. You missed Edna.
Edna? Yeah, we can talk about Edna. What's up? What is poppin'? Good to see you. Yeah, I know, right? I'm right there with you, Dave. Let's talk about Edna really quick here. Oh, I think Anna had a couple comments towards me about Edna earlier in the stream. Where the heck is Edna? She's hiding, right? Like, she doesn't have her own slide.
She's connected to Baymax, I think.
I'll share I have it up on Funko Shop. So if you want to see what the box looks like too. Here we go.
Well, anyway, I think it was Anna who said in the beginning they were surprised I'm not getting Edna. I do love The Incredibles. When The Incredibles came out in the summer of 2008, I did see it a bunch of times. Just not. I want the OG one, so I'm
kind of with you, Jen. I actually want the OG
one.
I don't know if we'll get that one or not.
Yeah, I'm hoping we either pull it in a mystery box or it comes in a collection or something. But yeah, when we find her, she's hiding somewhere.
I shared her. So if you want to share.
Oh, there we go. There she is.
I think it's a great looking pop.
It's great. Yeah.
It's only our second Edna.
It's from a funny scene in the movie when she's, smacking Mrs. Incredible, telling her to basically get her life together. So it's funny.
And she has a mouth.
And she has a mouth, which credit to my wife. Joanna pointed that out in our video today. Let's talk about Spider-Boy. I am excited. I saw Wayne just mentioned Spider-Boy in the chat. I am very excited for Spider-Boy. I think that's the only slimmer of hope for the Marvel lineup for San Diego Comic-Con is Spider-Boy, character we've never gotten before. I didn't know anything about him, so I looked up his backstory, learned a little bit, which was pretty cool. I like that. I like having to do some research on a character because it's their first pop. It's not just another Peter Parker or Miles Morales or Gwen Stacy. Great action pose all around. This is another one like home run, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I like this one. I think this is a good one too. I'll probably pick this one up.
Yeah, I think Mr. Sinister is
Target. So, right? It's supposed to be Target, I think.
I believe.
Oh, there you go, Richard. Very nice. You picked up his. You've been reading his comic book. Nice. Dave has his comic cover as well. Very nice.
Oh, beautiful.
I haven't heard of him. I see
go perfect then.
To all of our comic book readers in the chat, I see a relatively newer character, like someone that just came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I would say so. And good for if that is the case. I mean, good on I don't know enough about Spider-Boy either. So, but if that's the case, like if it's a newer character or a new run of books and they're doing that, I think that's cool.
Well, they're definitely doing that in the DC lineup, which only one pop for the DC lineup, and I think they actually knocked it out of the park. And this was the first leak that we got like a month ago for the Batman Superman fusion, and I think this is awesome. This is going to be the first thing I add to my cart.
Yeah, this is cool.
And that's saying something for Funko, considering the sheer volume of Batman pops, Batman items that they've made, that they could make something so unique and exciting.
Well, like it's not just a mashup; it's actually based off of something in the comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's a recent. I know that. I looked that up today too. It's a recent comic book story,
right? Because we're not going to get to it tonight, I know, but they did release some other mashups that we'll talk about next week. But I don't like mashups just for mashup's sake, and we'll talk about it next week because there's two that are near and dear to my heart, and I think it's a super weird mashup. But let's not even get into it tonight because we still have other stuff to finish up. We'll talk about it next week. You guys are gonna have to tune back in. I apologize for that.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, The Watcher. The Spider Boy is from an alternate universe where Peter Parker has a sidekick named Spider Boy. He does really shoot webs, though he parkours around the city. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, see, I like that. I like when they do stuff. I think that is a perfect, like we were talking about Compops. That's what it should be right there.
That's what it should be, yeah. On a side note, for all of our soda fans, we do have the Webble soda. I don't know if it's sold out yet, but they did post it finally on their website.
I think so.
This just baffles me because it is 4,000 piece. It does have a very limited chase. Last year's or 2 years ago, they did the first Webble, and that chase is still like $150, $175. So the limited piece chases do hold pretty good value. So if you want to grab this, it's $20, but you get the free hat as well as the soda. So
that's what's crazy to me. I feel like they could have charged 25 and I still would have got.
I was nervous. I think last year, was it 2 years ago when they did the t-shirt? Wasn't it like $27.95 or something?
I want to say it was maybe 25.
25, yeah, something like that.
It wasn't even like that. A t-shirt and a soda, like that was a good deal even back then.
Yeah. Yeah, Webble on the website. There you go. I like that, Velvet. But yeah, this is, you got to have that chase. I mean, this is a perfect example. 4,000 pieces. They would have a hard time getting people to fill those seats, I feel like, for that soda night if there wasn't a rare chase. Like, people want the chase. So, yeah, we ordered quite a few. So there'll be quite a few Aqua Sox baseball caps popping up in people's Patreon boxes over the next couple months. So, but I think that's going to do it for tonight's San Diego Comic-Con roundup. I'm sure we will have more to talk about with, hopefully next week we learn about the Box of Fun. We can start ramping up for Fun Days. So overall, I said in our video today, I think San Diego Comic-Con is a 6 out of 10 this year. That's just my rating. I would love to hear you guys. Overall, we just broke it down. Vince and Josh, what do you guys think? Scale 1 to 10. What is San Diego Comic-Con this year?
7.5.
7.5. All right.
You know what? Honestly, I'd almost give it an 8. I mean, really, like I think it's just the amount of stuff they put out a year. I think it's going to be hard to repeat like from 2016, 2017, just because they put too much stuff out every year. Like some of the stuff they've announced over the last 2 weeks are like, it's really good stuff and more exciting. So I think it's hard to really like blow the doors off on cons anymore, but I'm going to go 7.5. It's not quite an 8, but I think it's right there. I think there's a lot of good stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Overall, I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm going to go 7.2. I'm hoping there's still some surprises in the work.
I agree. I really hope there's
some surprises. I'm hoping something else. And you know what? And I'm going to, the 7 definitely relies on also doing Funko Pop Yourself. Like it's part of the top line. And that it might even go a little higher with that to see how those turn out first. And how they start shipping those and getting those out to people. But I think, that's a good plus and something unique Funko's doing. And I think that's always something that adds to the con, a unique experience.
I agree. I see everybody putting their scores in the chat. Definitely keep doing so because I would love to get everybody else's feedback while we go around the room and hear about what we have coming up on our channels. Vince, would you like to kick it off?
Yeah. Well, so we have videos coming up. Like I'm saying that more than normal because I'll be honest, we've been out of town for a week. And we did our video on the EQL boxes. So you guys can go check that out. We opened them up today. See if we pulled any prototypes. Maybe you'll see the first autograph. Maybe you won't. You probably won't. But go check it out anyway if you guys didn't watch that. And then, honestly, this is like our lowest amount of boxes, mystery boxes I've had in the house in a long time. We only got a handful of boxes here. You know what? I'm going to use 2 seconds. I picked up actually a box from John. John's has been putting out some good boxes. Make sure you're following Slapshot Pops and Professor Josh and whatnot. And I'm going to say another thing. Go check out Funko 411. He's got a very good mystery box out right now. I picked up 2 boxes. I think that they're actually a very, he always does a great job, and it's usually over guaranteed value. And I think this one was too. Was not sponsored and was not asked to say anything. I just thought that it was a really good box that he put together. So I picked up 2 today. So go grab some boxes from him. And I'm glad you're still here, Michael, because truly, I think he always does a good job with his boxes. But other than that, we got videos coming out this week, normal schedule. We just have not filmed anything yet. We got a busy weekend. So hopefully we'll have one on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday next week. And then we'll be back on Whatnot on Tuesday if you guys want to join us on Tuesday. And thank you to everybody that picked up shirts. The pre-sale ended for our shirts. We should be shipping them out in about 10 days or so, hopefully. And thank you for picking them up, whoever grabbed one. And that's all. That's all I have.
Nice. Appreciate that, Vince. Thank you.
Sure. Happy to do it. Happy to do it.
Unlike Michael, my shout out was sponsored, so I will be paying you appropriately after the live.
You better. Because I know where you live now. And you're within driving distance soon.
Oh, that's true. Well, come on over anytime.
I might have to.
What do you got, Josh?
Let's see. We got some sodas coming up. We got our EQL mystery boxes coming up as well, too. See if we can hit a Peroto, some autographs. And then we got a couple other. We haven't decided on which mystery boxes. I have several of them to do. Might do some fun battle stuff next week as well, too. And then next week is a soda show. So if you want to come out to a soda show, have some fun there. We'll have soda mystery boxes and some other good stuff going on. And then we also have, of course, our charity auction in end of August. So if for some reason you live on a distant planet and haven't went over there and bookmarked our charity show at the end of August, please go over there and do that on Whatnot. August 30th. Friday, and we are accepting any kind of donations. If you're interested, reach out. I just want to get a heads up of stuff coming in that, so please reach out to me, and then we'll give you all the good info and everything like that. And we're trying to get everything in by the week before, the Friday before, so the 23rd.
Which would be which date?
August 23rd would be the week before. So
Okay.
August 30th is the show. Yeah.
Nice.
John will send his stuff August 27th.
I'll overnight it though, so it'll be good.
But yeah, so hopefully you can come out to that and have some fun and do those kind of things. But we got a couple fun different things coming up. We got a garage sale auction again, and we got some other fun stuff. And yeah, so hopefully you can make it to something else coming up.
Another big stream that you guys should definitely go bookmark over on Whatnot is this Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. We are very excited because 2 of our patrons and good friends of ours, Cross Saved and ADA Hoverboard, aka Brian and Jeff, they're going to be doing a Whatnot stream together, and they're going to be in person together for the first time ever. So they're meeting up in person and they're doing a stream. And
I like it.
Yeah, it is super amazing. There is nothing more incredible than when people in the community make that leap from the screen to screen relationship to going in person. I just think it's the coolest thing, and it's what it's all about. So super excited. Awesome. Sunday night, if you guys aren't doing anything, go bookmark that right after you're done bookmarking Professor Josh's charity stream.
I'm going to go over and do that right now.
Nice. There you go. For us, we did our San Diego Comic-Con Smash or Pass video today. So if you guys, I saw somebody, Duncan, I think, was asking, what are you guys picking up for San Diego Comic-Con? If you're curious to see what we're picking up, go check out our video from today. I'm going to another toy show this weekend. We are actually starting renovations on the house tomorrow, so we're excited for that. It's going to be a process, but every process has to start somewhere, and we're starting tomorrow morning, so we're pretty amped up about that. And then I'll have the toy show video out Monday from this past weekend, and we'll have our dual video. I think our dual video will probably be pushed to Sunday just because we'll be at the house tomorrow and Saturday for the renovations, and I'm going to try as hard as I can, because we got in 2 really awesome collections. I'm going to try to put together another mystery box for the website Saturday night. So thank you guys so much for the support. Pretty much all the money from the mystery boxes is just going straight to the house renovations. So I'm really excited that you guys are liking the mystery boxes. Vince, thank you for buying one. I was a little excited when I saw your name come through. I was like, yes, because we took a chance doing a little bit more of a higher priced one. This was our first $75 box. Yeah, that's I know some people were saying they wanted a little bit more of a meatier box. We typically do the $30 to $35, $40 boxes, because I know a lot of people have smaller budgets, or they're not willing to risk a lot of money on a box, but they still want to have a good time. We actually were getting the flip side. We got a lot of messages from people saying they wanted a $75, $100, $150 box. So I don't know when we're going to be able to venture and do $100, but I like the $75 price point with the 3 pops. I think this weekend, depending on the pops that we have to go through and everything, I would like to do like a $60 box, like a little bit less, but still giving an opportunity for some big hits. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for the support. It really means a lot. Thank you, Patty. It's gonna be a process. It was a process getting the home. We're super excited. We are gonna be doing a mini live stream if we can get the internet up tomorrow from the new house tomorrow on Instagram. We're not gonna bring the YouTube setup and everything, but might go live on Instagram and show off some of the house. So that's what we got coming up. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. It's going to be a very exciting few weeks here with San Diego Comic-Con, the Box of Fun days. I really hope Funko continues to give us some news on that. And in the meantime, we've got videos on all 3 of our channels. We've got live streams. We've got auctions. So plenty to keep you guys entertained. And at the end of the day, we're just so grateful to have you guys part of this awesome community. So with that being said, don't stop shooting until you have your sorry. Don't stop shooting until you score. And we'll see you guys very soon. I know. I bit my tongue.
Night, everyone.